So Banished is one of those games that I have always loved. I have played it on this channel and another channel that I used to have. I've played it modded, I've played it vanilla. I want to get back to that. I want to play Banished again. And it seems to be fate, because the first town name that came up in here, randomized, has my goddamn name in it. So let's just get into this. Gettysburn, I think was what it was said. Gettysburn? Yeah. Right. Let's get going. I'll be honest with you, it's been about a year since I last played it. I only got my PC in February and I started making videos right about then, and I was kind of focusing on videos and didn't play things in my own time. I've only just started doing that now. I'm very much a fan of Stonehearth as well, so if you're interested in Stonehearth too, then be sure to let me know. I'm also gonna speed that up so we're ready to go when the time comes. But first off, we definitely need a crop field. That's the very first thing we must do in Gettysburn. And I seem to remember loving an 11 by 11 field, so we'll give it a try for today. In fact, we'll get 2 down, although 1 does require some clearing, unfortunately. But yes, let's just get dirt road in, that up there. What crops can we get? We can get peppers and beans. I can deal with that. So each crop field is going to have 2 farmers, and we'll start off by assigning 4 farmers, which is a lot. It's a lot, considering we've only got 10 people, you know, but we got this. It'll be very good. Right, let's make this one a bean one, and we'll lower that down to 2. And I think our next job is going to be just clearing out some stuff for the time being. We're going to need some wood, because we're going to need firewood for our guys. And I'm going to focus on that sort of stuff before I start building houses, because we could run into the problem of not having the right resources at the right time and then being stuck. So we're just going to have this go, and I'm going to put in another stockpile here, because this one's going to get so full so quickly. And so I'm just going to mirror the one next to it for now. And looks like we've got stuff growing already, which is fantastic. I'm also going to get this gone, because I don't need them. And that's what our labourers will do for the time being. They work from the south up, I've always found. So if you want something done quickly and it's in the north, don't like target a whole group of things. So yeah, that's my advice. That's my little chunk of advice for you. Next up, I think I want to get some fishing going, because food production early on is so key to the survival of the whole place. So let's go there, and we'll have that build. And we'll get one builder going. If I will need to check my mouse sensitivity, because it is a problem. I'm aware that storage for logs and stone is near capacity. I have got one being taken care of here, hopefully. They'll get to it. They'll get to it. Anyway. Beans look like they're fantastic. Beans look like they're going quite well. Peppers are a little later in the seasons by the looks of things. But we're already getting our first harvest in of beans, which is fantastic. It's the sort of start you want to get off to. I am very happy with that. Looks like we'll get an autumn harvest out of the peppers, and having the summer harvest here is fantastic too. Means we've got slightly more spaced out crops, which means that hunger shouldn't be as much of a problem in the months before harvest. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited indeed. Is anybody going to get rid of this one tree? Of course they'll leave that one to the end. Let's do priority. Oh, we got 2 more adults. That's very exciting. Here we go. We've got a stockpile going now. Anybody gonna start bringing stuff over here? They should do. We've got more than enough of everything, so what's the harm? We're getting there with these peppers. Getting there indeed. I will fill our capacity on fishermen when it comes to it as well. As I say, key priority here is food production. And then I'm going to start off our resources for homes just here. And we'll get some little wooden houses going. I'm so used to playing on modded. Back on the other channel I used to run, I played a mod pack called Colonial Charter. I might bring that back again. That would be really fun. Be very much a fan of that. And they had a lot more choice for housing, which made it very easy starting off, but then it gave it a bit more scale in terms of the late game as well, which I thought was awesome. Fisherman. I'm going to max you out, as I said. I think everything's coming together. And we've got food. We did a successful harvest. Now, next issue will be firewood. We'll get that woodcutter in. And we'll pop that there. And then after that will be tools. And we'll sort out a blacksmith. Yeah. I built that probably at a very good time because it said the reserve of firewood is low. Right. Blacksmith. I'll have you just round the other side of it. And then we will immediately allocate a woodcutter. Yep, so now that it's going, that's great. And then we're nearly there on a blacksmith, and we'll up that blacksmith job there as well. We're doing all right. We've got 14 adults now, surprisingly. Now, in terms of families, these are full. Yeah, all of these are full, so we'd need a few more houses before we all start expanding population, unfortunately. So I think we'll just start building. I'm going to start with just 2 around the back here. It just means that our population will grow slightly steadily. And I think that'll be quite good. Now, our labourers can continue down to the south, I think, and start removing resources down here. I feel like that's going to be the most vital thing. Now we have our blacksmith in, we can up the... Oh my goodness, my mouse sensitivity is through the roof. I need to fix it. And I forgot to fix it when I said I would. So that's fun. So I'm actually going to up this to 300, I believe. Yeah. So we're going to have a 300 fuel limit. I just feel like it's going to give them more opportunity to get stuff going. Nobody died in the cold. This is good. We survived our first year already. Fantastic. Reserve of food is low. That's our next issue. So the thing about food is, as I say, in the springtime it's going to be the worst. Now, we do still have 279, and I have a feeling it's because they just stocked up the house inventories. Yeah, don't know where they're getting potatoes from, I'll be honest. But, yeah, as you can see, they have quite a supply in their houses, which makes things a little bit easier. And beans should be coming soon. Should be coming soon. So I'm very, very optimistic. Optimistic is probably the best word. Yeah, it looks like this isn't going to be a problem at all. We're already in an 85% yield, 90% yield for this, and it's not even summer yet. So, very excited that we've got such staggered harvesting of these crops. It's a really good, thing to have, to be honest. Now I am going to expand down a little bit. I'm going to... I swear there was a way you could change the upward angle on this, and I've completely forgotten it. Doesn't matter. Is it when you zoom out? Yeah. I'm going to build another 11 by 11 crop field. Just here. And then for next year, we should have a additional crop field. And we should be really good on food. Although we are obviously going to have to keep expanding because nothing stays like that forever, especially when 4 children are born in quick succession. I think we're doing well though. Good first year. Good, nearly 2. That's very exciting already. I've kind of done a bit of a boo-boo laying this out, but it's fine. We can pull everything apart if we need to. I haven't really left much room for roads, so I think instead of building any more houses along here, I'll just scoot that road back there so that we've got the option. And we'll carry on around here because I didn't leave room for a road next to the farm either, because I'm a genius. What do you expect of me, guys? Anyway, looks like we are getting a very good supply of stuff and things, so that's fantastic news. We are pretty low on iron, though, is our next concern. Now, iron is one of those things that you can find on the ground, but can be kind of difficult, especially if you've scoured your area quite well. Yeah, there's one piece in that vicinity, a little bit more there. I'm going to look north as well. Only a little bit there. There's a chunk, so we'll collect that up as well. So I'm just going to go around and collect as much iron from the surrounding area as I possibly can. Just in the meantime, because we are reliant on iron, like really, really strongly. I'm going to get Pepper going, and we're going to get those farmers out. And in the wintertime, farmers do act as labourers because they don't have any active work. So that's helpful. And we have a lot of people that have just grown up, so that's very exciting. Now, we've left it a little bit, but I think the next thing I need to do is add a schoolhouse, because our people are just much more productive in general if they spend that little extra time being schooled. So I think it's going to be a good investment now, and it might, because we've got pretty good growth, I think it's going to be pretty valuable right now. And I think winter's the best time to put it in because you've got a lot more labourers, you can get it built a lot quicker. So really, I'm quite happy with where we're at. And we will make sure that there is a teacher available. I'm going to type it in because my mouse sensitivity will not let me click on anything, which is an absolute pain in the behind. But regardless of that, I still think we are doing a good job. Let me look at the filling of these houses. We are still pretty much, all of them are, yeah, they've all got at least 3. And that tells me I need some more houses. Later on, once we have the town hall, we have information of like the number of families as opposed to the number of houses, and that can be really useful. But when we've only got like less than 10 houses, it's very easy to just click through them and check. You can see this one here is full, and we do have more than 2 adults in it, which means that that adult would presumably want to move out into their own place and start having their own kids. I know it's weird because they're 12, but it's a thing. Don't ask me why. Same again here. You'd have, it works out quite well because we've got a male in this. Where was it? No, that was a female too. Damn it. I thought I saw yeah, there's a male labourer and a female farmer. They might move in together somewhere else and start procreating. So, I don't know why I said procreating so weirdly then, but I did. So that's the sort of thing that you would find. And that's why I've chosen to build as many houses as I have, even though we are still quite a small population. but it looks like we shouldn't have a food crisis this time. There may be a little bit when we're stocking up the houses once again, but we're creating a surplus at this point, which is really the important thing. It means it gives us the room to grow without immediately having to create the food as and when those people are born. It means we have a little space of time to fix it up. And I think we are fine, because this is pretty much, it's late spring, so we're about to harvest here. So even though there is no food up there, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good indeed. Not bad for the first couple of years here. I'm very happy with the way that's gone. And I'm gonna scoot my road along here. And I'm actually gonna connect it up over here, seeing as we didn't leave room for it anywhere else. So it works. I will probably fill that up with more stockpiles, quite frankly, because it can get a bit overwhelming sometimes, having all that space, all the resources and stuff. So, yeah, I think we've done well. I think we've done well so far. I think I want to expand out that way as well as downwards. So my next job, I think, is going to be to remove some of these resources around here. And the 4 labourers we have, as well as any farmers that have already finished their jobs, or woodcutters and blacksmiths that are at their limits, will help out with that in between. So that's good too. I think I'd like to plan for the future a little bit and install a little orchard here. This orchard is going to grow pecans, and we'll have 2 more farmers in here. That is giving us a little bit of a low amount of people on the labouring side of things, but most of the farmers right now will not be doing anything besides labouring anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. And seeing as this gives us like a free wide here, I might use this as a strip for housing on one side and farming on the other or something like that. I think that would be quite cool. But this is kind of future-proofing. Not fully future-proofing, but it's something. Orchards grow a lot slower, and every so often they do replenish wood, so having them around isn't the worst thing in the world whatsoever. The next thing I'd really like to get in is a trading post. I'm the sort of player that likes to collect all the different seeds and livestock, so to get this in would be a really big get for me. Trying to find a perfect space for it is proving a little bit difficult. Looks like we could put it there, and I think that's what we will do. And that really gives us a really nice spot for a storage barn if that fits in there. Oh, it's just a little bit too big, which is unfortunate, but having quick access to storage barns for our traders is going to be very important. As for staffing people as traders, we won't be doing that so much, simply because it's one of those things that when you're so small, you don't want to have too much resources put into, like staffing resources being put into trading. And it only becomes necessary when you have something you want to trade. You get a trade offer that's interesting, and that's when you want to bulk up on traders and get the resources they want to buy from you into the trading hall. And it looks like we're out of iron as well, which is very disappointing, quite frankly. We can get that. There is somewhere I can get that, and I can't remember exactly where. There we go. A mine and or a quarries are for stone, mines are for iron and stuff. So let's see about getting a mine in before the end of this episode. And I'm going to put it behind here. I just think it would work out a bit better behind here rather than having it. Yeah, I'm going to pop it there. And we'll see how we go with that. There isn't too much on the jobs front for these guys. So shouldn't be too slow in getting it there. Now, we are seeing a definite slow in the uptake of new labourers that have just become adults. That is simply because they are now going into school at the age of 10 rather than becoming labourers at the age of 10. And they're there until I think they're 20. But that's absolutely fine. That's something that most things do end up having. Most games. You can completely have a game where you don't teach your young. Can completely work. I've actually never tried it, and it might be an interesting challenge. But for now, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, I'll be honest with you. And amazingly, we've not had a food problem this summer. There was normally that gap where they're struggling to get food just a little bit before the harvest comes in, and we've already harvested the beans this year and haven't run across that problem, so that's fantastic news. I am going to continue expanding our farming resources. It's very important, to be honest. Let's have a look at production there. So they're only making about 1,200 each year. Whereas over here, what are we doing? We're about 700. So it's about the same, except you need 4 over there as opposed to 2. So this is a little bit more, yeah, it's a little bit more efficient, but it's fine. We will make it work for the time being, and then I think we'll lower that down when we start building more fields. I think that'll be the key plan, for sure. But I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you all ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time.